Arbitrum is back in the spotlight after breaking out of a long downtrend. The ARB price has broken through several resistance zones and is now up more than 40% since the breakout. At the moment of shooting, ARB is trading around 41 cents on the dollar and showed a 40% gain in the last 30 days. Now, with this kind of momentum and clear technical signals on the chart, many are now watching closely to see if the ARB price could be heading for that $1 milestone. You see, over the years, layer 2 chains like Arbitrum have become incredibly popular among developers and users due to their low transaction fees, high throughput, customizability, and Ethereum compatibility. Currently, Arbitrum ranks among the world's top 100 most valuable crypto projects by market cap. Well, Arbitrum's popularity can be also seen in its total value locked, which reached its all-time high of 3.4 billion in December 2024. Now, although the total value locked has dropped since then, it still remains above 2.5 billion. And let me just take a moment to maybe clarify the TVL compared to Polkadot. Now, I was a big believer in the Polkadot ecosystem, but I am starting to believe that Polkadot is dead. Polkadot has a current total value locked in of around 100 million, and if you look at its ugly cousin Kusama, well, that's almost zero. Anyway, let's get back to Arbitrum, and this is why I encourage everyone to dive into the exciting evolution of Arbitrum and its potential. So in this video, I'm going to give you some insight on Arbitrum's latest news and why I believe we can all remain optimistic in 2025 and beyond. But as always, before we start, I want to welcome you to Crypto Never Sleeps. And in case you're new to crypto, get yourself educated as fast as possible because this market is taking off. It is truly with great conviction and hard work that I try to provide you top quality projects. So please hit the like, subscribe to the channel, join the live streams when they're going to be on just around the corner so that you can become among the top 1%. My name is Nico Arachi and I am a real investor. Now let's get into the news. On May 9th, the Arbitrum Foundation announced that its DAO has given the green light to the next phase of the stable Treasury endowment program, following an on-chain vote which was concluded on May 8th. As part of this strategy, 35 million ARB, which is equivalent to around 11 million, will be allocated to tokenized US Treasury, distributed among Franklin Templeton 35%, Spico 35%, and Wisdom 3 30%. Now, the excitement was clear. Nearly 89% of voters supported the measure, reflecting confidence that these moves not only diversify the project's treasury, but also strengthen the growth of real-world assets sector on the network. Now, the public interaction of giants like Franklin Templeton and Wisdom Tree with a DAO marks a milestone, setting a new benchmark for the entire crypto ecosystem, helping bridge the gap between DeFi and TradFi. Now, STEP, which this program is called, is Arbitrum's DAO's flagship initiative to strategically diversify its treasury into real-world assets. The program's initial investment, exceeding 30 million, has already generated approximately $700,000 in yield from products including BlackRock's built on those USDY and USDM from Mountain Protocol. On May 8th, Arbitrum's 200 million ARB Gaming Catalyst program, now rebranded to Arbitrum Gaming Ventures, has announced its first $10 million cohort of investments and grants. Backed by VCs including Paradigm Framework and Bitcraft, Arbitrum Gaming Ventures was approved in June 2024 with the aim of boosting game projects built on Arbitrum. Notably, the chosen projects don't include any smaller startups, but rather established games and platforms. As for the 5 projects, one is the somewhat surprising game Wildcard from Paul Bettner's Playful Studios. The remaining 4 companies gaining funding were Proof of Play, the developer of Pirate Nation and gaming infrastructure, including Apex and Boss Chain. The next one is Psy Network, an L3 blockchain optimized for indie gaming. Then we got Hive Labs, a Web3 game ecosystem distributing games across X, Telegram, Farcaster, web browsers, and more. The last, T-Rex, which is a consumer app blockchain chosen based on the team's Southeast Asia location as part of Arbitrum's broader strategy to expand in global high-growth markets. Now, this first cohort reflects their commitment to supporting high-quality experiences that are built for the long term, products that attract players, retain them, and expand meaningful engagement across Arbitrum. Was quoted by Arbitrum Gaming Ventures partner Rick Johansson. Next piece of news. Developers and builders can now enable the use of custom gas tokens on any Arbitrum chain. Custom gas tokens aren't entirely new, as any trust chains have supported them for over a year and a half. Arbitrum chains were previously limited to using ETH for gas fees, so this latest upgrade enables chains to choose any token of their liking to power transaction fees. This means that builders will have the flexibility of choosing their own native token or using an existing token when creating their own chain on Arbitrum, opening up new possibilities for building ecosystems that better align with their goals. Now, introducing custom gas tokens will also enable developers to customize every aspect of their chains. This means they will be able to define gas costs and governance models in ways bespoke to their needs. Also, in April, Bleep Wallet, powered by Arbitrum in partnership with Mastercard, launched a non-custodial debit card that allows people to more effectively link payments and stablecoins to traditional financial infrastructure. Now, following the launch of a non-custodial wallet in December with one-click assets to DeFi yields and no fees for buying and selling stablecoins, the card launch strengthens Bleep's position as a self-service payment app. The partnership allows cardholders to spend stablecoins through seamless crypto to fiat currency conversion at more than 150 million merchants accepting Mastercard worldwide. Wow, what kind of recognition from a traditional payment card. The next piece of news is that ZetaChain integrates Arbitrum to power seamless universal apps through ZetaHub. Now, ZetaHub is a groundbreaking platform that empowers users to craft state-of-the-art AI models without writing a single line of code. This would be something for me. I don't know how to code. Now, through this integration, Arbitrum wallets now serve as gateways to universal apps, allowing interaction across chains without bridges or token swaps. Developers can now access native support for ARB and Arbitrum-based tokens, as well as compose with Arbitrum's full ecosystem stack. The integration also simplifies development by enabling interactions with Arbitrum contracts using a single smart contract from any chain. And this move grants over 50 million Arbitrum users access to ZetaHub's growing universal app ecosystem. Next piece of news, lots of good and great updates. Arbitrum's Timeboost is going live. Generates $2,491 in DAO revenue on day one. More than a year after its initial announcement, Arbitrum launched Timeboost. Unlike the traditional first-come, first-serve models, Timeboost introduces an auction system where MEF searchers bid for transaction priority. Now, the highest bidder gets fast-tracked while paying the second highest bid, reducing spam and improving network efficiency, much like Uber's surge pricing model. Now, the vast majority of users will still submit transactions through the standard route. The express lane is primarily designed for sophisticated on-chain traders and MEF searchers who are looking for an edge. It could be perhaps if you are participating in an initial coin offering. Now, at the moment, the express lane generates approximately $300 per day for Arbitrum, with a total revenue since April 17th reaching around $384,000. Now, this may not seem or sound like a lot, but we are on the right track. It is always important when we see how these relatively new chains compared to TradFi are already digging into the traditional finance, getting, let's say, old school clients, migrate onto the blockchain and generating real value, real cool cash. Anyway, next piece of news is Mawari, the company behind the world's first decentralized physical infrastructure network, also known as DPIN, for spatial computing. They have officially partnered with Arbitrum to unlock a new era of immersive AI-driven 3D streaming experiences. Now, the move marks a major leap forward for extended reality, also known as XR, as Mawari integrates with Arbitrum Orbit to launch a dedicated chain optimized for high performance rendering and real-time edge AI compute. Now, Mawari's deep-in approach distributes compute, rendering, and delivery workloads across a global network of GPU nodes, making it possible to stream high-quality 3D content at ultra-low latency, no matter where users are. Running on Arbitrum Orbit allows Mawari to launch a custom layer 2/3 blockchain tailored specifically for immersive content delivery. It unlocks real-time interactivity, security, and scalability. Everything XR and spatial computing platforms demand. That's it for me this time. I hope you like these videos. We're trying to, kind of get the latest news summarized, so you get an insight in which projects, which chains are really going ahead, forward, great, and expanding. You probably also heard in the middle of the video that I'm a little bit worried about the Polkadot. It's not a Polkadot video. That deserves its own video called Polkadot is Dead. Anyway, let's see. Now, when it comes to price projections, sometimes we have some. You know what? I think we're going to reach my own price prediction. Remember, everything I say and do should not be considered financial advice, as I simply don't know about crypto, but I think we could be hitting $1.50 to $2 by the end of the year. For Arbitrum, I also like that we have seen Ethereum and more or less the entire market going up here the past week. I'm very optimistic. As I said, soon time for those lives. Give me a comment if you want to go live. I need at least 20 lines that want to watch it. That's all I got to say about that. My name is Nico Arachi and I am a real investor.